Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Locke. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. The football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense. I thought he may go the distance to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them. And it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this, it's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Locke's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Clock now to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle. And when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it. Now Locke again. The
eluding the pressure right. And he will slide down with a good gain. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. Fourth down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. One of the more impressive punt returns you will see. That one from 87 yards away. And the Dolphins will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Here's Richie James on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Lock now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Lock gonna throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. They will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Open net is Waddle, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Locks throw there, complete to Mooney. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Block working out of the gun. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 4 yards remain for second down. Throwing now is Locke. Open man here is Conklin.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Again, it's Locke. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a let.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 11 now. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on it. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dalvin. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Finding room to the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
They'll try to run with Dobbins, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They've got the comfortable lead. Decision time here. Do they go for it, press their luck?
Listen, if I'm the head coach, I take my headset off. I turn to my defense and say, guess what, guys? We're going for it right here, right now. I want the knockout shot, and if it doesn't happen, you've got my back, don't you? Go get it.
And if you don't get it, the other offense, they've got a long way to go in the other direction. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Sanders is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Lock now on 1st down. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw in his lock. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now Hill to return it. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just... There he goes, left side. 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. He'll buy some time right. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something different.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. Room here to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On first down, Locke. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. To try again after the sack. Locke eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Quickly completed to the right flat. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now back to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Sanders' kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From midfield, here's Locke. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Off the option, here's Henry. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Again, it's Henry. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Locke, got to have this one. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
A big play there for the Dolphins.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Locke to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Daniil Hunter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. That's complete to Mooney. And he will have a Titans 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Finds the open target, Arnold.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean,
this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
Charles Davis and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the